everyone, and welcome back to our channel. I'm Mia, and this is Alberto, your business coach. Today, we're going to explore a fascinating transition for successful small business founders. The transition from a small business founder to an investor or a chairman of the board type of role. Alberto, why does this transition make so much sense?
Good question, Mia. I think at the end of the day, you're going to realize that entrepreneurship is a journey, and that journey in the end teaches you so many lessons. Imagine that you are learning to start your business, you are getting stuff off the ground, you're understanding your product, you're building your team, you're understanding your financials, you're understanding how to optimize it, and then you're growing multiple locations. All that experience becomes almost like your personal MBA. And all that experience is so invaluable. The range of skill sets after your business is to a place, what's next for a founder is to consider becoming the enabler of the organizations.
So it's about leveraging all those years of hard-earned wisdom that you acquired and putting it to a greater good in a sense.
Correct. So transitioning from this founder role to potentially investor perspective or like a chairman perspective, it helps the founder scale itself. Let's take our bakery example. So in our bakery example, let's say that person figure out what's the best product, figure out how to manage teams effectively, how to grow and scale. So what do you do now? One store will not build your empire. So now you have to focus on opening new stores. You have the blueprint of how to make one store successful. Now your role is to grow that into 100 or 1,000 stores into that empire. But you can't keep being on the day-to-day operations. So transitioning from this founder role to this investor or advisor or board perspective, what you're doing is you're scaling yourself and you're scaling your experience. And that's what's important. So you can create opportunities for other people to grow, but at the same time, you're yielding more results based on what you have accomplished so far versus you're still there making every bread every day, every cookie, right?
So you're saying that it's about moving from being the primary operator to becoming a strategic conductor.
Correct.
I know you are very passionate about developing people, Alberto. How does that fit into this situation?
That's a really interesting perspective. Let's go back to our bakery example. So you figure out process, procedure, finances, and your business is thriving, right? As a founder turned board investor, what you want to do, number one, is to keep fostering the culture. And what does it mean, fostering culture? It means that your main priorities now is looking and understanding how you deploy that talent management, how to grow your talent. How do you make sure that what you had in the beginning perpetuates in terms of innovation mindset, sales mindsets, best practice mindset? So then with this role, what you do is you create a people-centric type of role for yourself, and you find ways to take what you know and then pass to the people in your organization so that they are doing that day-to-day grind and you are making sure that they're yielding the right results. So you're moving away from this founder hands-on experience to this more of like coach type of management style. So this management style becomes almost like a people-centric approach, and you can create this environment where your employees thrive and your business thrive.
So it's about paying forward and building a legacy of growth.
That's a really good insight.
It sounds like a big lifestyle change too, right?
That's actually a very good benefit. As a founder, you're waking up, going to sleep every day, 24/7, thinking about how to putting fires in your business. When you're starting a new business, work-life balance doesn't exist. But when you move from this founder-operator hands-on approach to a more ROI coach strategic perspective, what happens is that now you are opening a whole different perspective you did not know before, because now you can take time with your family and take your kids to a vacation, and you know that your business are not going to go underwater because you built the process, you built the team, and you have a very well-oiled machine that's still running even though you're not there. So that lifestyle change, the mindset shift, that whole new situation, it's actually very positive. That's what we should be striving for. In the end of the day, you can build the empire, but if you spend all your time just building the empire, you forget all the other pieces of your life, then you don't understand why you're doing this. And so by transitioning from this founder to this investor board coach mentality, now you can be even more mindful about your own time with your personal projects.
It sounds like a big shift towards a more sustainable and fulfilling chapter in your life as well.
That's a really good way to put it.
Now to wrap things up, what is the biggest takeaway here?
The biggest takeaway here, Mia, is to understand that even though we started thinking about scalability of the business, ultimately we understand the scalability of ourselves. And so that transition between being a founder to investor, a coach, a board advisor, a chairman of the board mentality, ultimately brings scalability to yourself, allows you to create opportunities for other people to grow, foster better culture, engage with people, have time for your personal projects, scale your business in a way that you wouldn't be allowed, because instead of, for instance, taking $120,000 of salary of your bakery shop, now you have 10 bakery shops that's just contributing with 20,000. So now you have 200,000 in salary more than what you have in one bakery. And so that is the biggest takeaway. We have to start thinking about how to scale ourselves. And scaling ourselves is transforming that business in a way that we are no longer required. And so that you can spend time thinking about how to grow. And then grow helps you create more opportunities for other people to grow within your organization. It is about making sure that we understand how to create long-term value.
That's a very powerful evolution, Alberto.
Thank you, Mia. So this is for today. If people want to really understand how to scale themselves, they can subscribe in this channel, message us in case they have any questions, and if you want a consultation as well.
Yep, and we'll see you in the next video.